side of our area. Live look over the bends. A temperature in Atlanta of 57. Down to the south, it's warmer. It's in the 60s and 70s down towards Eatonton and Macon. 50s in Atlanta for the next little while. Then into the afternoons, we're going to get into the 60s. Details on this wind chill situation. Yes, we're calling it a situation. That comes right here in a few minutes. Caitlin.
All right, you have our attention for sure, Alex. Thanks so much. It is now 7:01 and a Memorial 5K being held today in Athens, honoring Laken Riley, the nursing student killed while running on UGA's campus back in 2024. Her killer, Jose Ibarra, sentenced to life in prison that same year. And Good Day's Kim Leffler has followed her story from the very beginning, joining us with more on what to expect this morning. Kim, good morning.
Good morning, Caitlin. Well, as you can see here behind me, setup is underway for this 5K. This is right by the Tate parking deck. This, of course, is just one day before the 2-year anniversary of Laken Riley's death. The community coming together today for this 5K as of Laken Riley's family. We will, of course, keep you updated throughout the morning here on Good Day Atlanta, as well as Fox Local. Live this morning in Athens, Kim Leffler for Good Day Atlanta.
Thanks for that update, Kim. We'll check in with you in just a little bit. And developing this morning just into the Fox 5 newsroom, we have learned that former Olympian Jeff Galloway is in the hospital. Family members posting on his social media account that he had emergency neurosurgery, is now being cared for in the ICU. Now, over decades, millions of runners and walkers have read his books, attended his running school, joined his training process. He's been here on Good Day.
Why is it cooler this morning? Well, we have a cold front crossing the region. That said, it is a dry front that's crossing, so we're not getting any rain out of that. We are getting fire danger because it's dry and it's a bit breezy out there. So a red flag warning will go into effect at 8 o'clock this morning. It'll stay in effect until 8 p.m. This basically means there is a critical fire danger today. Got to be careful with anything you're doing outside that could spark a fire. Here's what it looks like the next few hours. Again, no problems for us. It's going to be breezy out there, but plenty of sunshine. Highs today in the upper 60s. Caitlin?
Sounds like a beautiful weekend ahead. Yeah. Thanks, Paul. Thousands are expected to join the No Kings protest in downtown Atlanta today. Just one of thousands planned across the country. And Good Day's Kim Leffler has more on what we can expect later today. Hi, Kim. Good morning.
Caitlin, good morning to you. Those protesters will march here around the state capitol later on this morning, and we are expecting a big turnout with over 10,000 people coming out for the last event in October. Organizers are also holding a press conference here at the state capitol at 9 a.m. We're going to be bringing all of that to you live on Fox Local. Live this morning at the state capitol, Kim Leffler for Good Day Atlanta.
Setting the stage ahead. Thanks, Kim. President Donald Trump has signed an executive action to pay TSA agents. The White House says.
So getting into the mid-70s this afternoon under clear skies. We'll mix in some more cloud cover by the time we get to tomorrow, but then we've got a stormy Monday morning commute. I've got a severe weather outlook you're going to want to see, plus a big-time cold snap on the way that comes your way here in a little bit. Okay.
All right, we'll see you then. Thanks so much, Alex. Police are investigating a deadly shooting in Snellville. Officers were called here to Spruce Circle just after 10 o'clock last night. A caller called 911 reporting a car crash, said the driver was unconscious. When officers arrived, though, they did discover an adult male, but he was actually dead. Appears from a gunshot wound. Homicide detectives are now questioning witnesses and crime scene techs collecting evidence. Police say the shooting appears to be isolated. No immediate danger, they say, to the public. Looking ahead today, an emotional day in Hall County as family, friends, former students all prepare to say goodbye to a beloved teacher and coach, Jason Hughes. This all comes as the district attorney has dropped criminal charges against the 5 teenagers involved in that senior prank that ended in his tragic death. Good Day's Kim Leffler joining us from the Fox 5 Live desk with the latest on this. Kim, good morning.
Caitlin, good morning to you. One of the teens' attorneys morning at Family Church in Gainesville, at 11 a.m. At the live desk, Kim Leffler for Good Day Atlanta.
Kim, thanks so much. To Cobb County now, where police are searching for a gunman who's
the morning and into the early afternoon, getting into the 60s and eventually the 70s by the noon hour, and then the 80s by like 2 o'clock. We're just going to sail right through the 70s. I'm looking for 84 here by the time we get toward 4 this afternoon. That 84 would come within 2 degrees of a record high temperature later on today. We're going to take a look at tomorrow's record plus some low end rain chances through the week ahead. Comes your way here in a few minutes. Caitlin?
We'll see you then, Alex. A fire at the Hendricks Brookhaven Apartments damaging multiple vehicles and also forcing residents from their homes last night. It broke out in the parking garage there, and fire crews say about a dozen vehicles in all were damaged. That fire spreading across multiple levels of the garage, too. The structure, they say, made the response especially challenging.
In this instance, as you can see, you can't see the parking garage from the road. So our first arriving crews had to investigate to see what they were dealing with, and then so it takes a lot of manpower. As you can see, we probably have 12 to 1,400 foot of hose on the ground, and we had 3 different fires on 3 different levels of the parking garage due to the complexity of the fire.
No injuries were reported. Investigators are now working to determine what sparked the danger in the first place. A North Georgia community now mourning the loss of a VA social worker, remembered for his compassion and deep faith. Investigators say he was shot and killed during a mental health consultation on Tuesday. And Good Day's Kim Leffler joining us this morning from the Fox 5 Live Desk with more. Good morning, Kim.
Caitlin, good morning to you. Those who knew 34-year-old Nick Cruz say his impact stretched far beyond his work, touching friends, family, as well as the veterans he served. Price and Marietta. There's also a GoFundMe set up to support his family. We have that link posted for you on our website, fox5atlanta.com. At the Live Desk, Kim Leffler for Good Day Atlanta.
Kim, thanks so much. Brookhaven police tell us they've arrested a man in connection to a multi-state homicide investigation. His name is Jerry Wheeler, and he's charged with murder. Authorities say he killed Aaron Jacob
in California. California's Governor Gavin Newsom says there is no imminent threat. It does not appear that this was a credible threat, so people in California can rest easy on that.
Certainly good news there. Rebecca Castor live for us this morning in Washington, D.C. Rebecca, thank you. We're going to dig a little bit more deeper into that. Domestic security concerns continue as new documents showed that the Iranians plan to attack on American soil or retaliate on American soil. The FBI issued that alert last month. It's aware of the potential threat.
Investigated, but you have a lot of things happening, and all we can do is take them as they come. The war itself is being prosecuted as well as anybody has ever seen, and this is other countries telling me too. Big countries, powerful countries, they said they've never seen anything like it. And they also agree with what I'm doing. They say it's an evil country, and it's been for 47 years that way.
The president went on to say that he is not worried about a possible Iranian attack on U.S. soil. The FBI alert surfaced yesterday as the U.S. and Israelis, the war there and with Iran, reached its 12th day. Speaking of that, President Trump says he plans to finish the job in Iran during remarks at Verst Logistics. That's in Kentucky. Let's take a listen to what he had to say about the war.
We don't want to leave early, do we? We got to finish the job, right? Over the past 11 days, our military has virtually destroyed Iran. Tough country. Their air force is gone. Totally gone. That took the better part of about 3 hours. They no longer have radar. They don't have anti-aircraft equipment. They don't have anything. Their missiles are down 90%. Their drones are down 85%. We're blowing up the nuclear potential. And then after Midnight Hammer, then we left. We figured that would be the end of them for a while. Pretty strong. They're going to try and take over the whole Middle East and knock out Israel. They don't know what the hell hit them, right? They don't know what. They got hit by the American military. They don't know. They say, what the hell is happening? They didn't expect anything like this.
And this all comes after the Pentagon reported to Congress that the U.S. cost of the war was more than $11.3 billion in just the first 6 days. So let's talk a little bit about the global economic impact of this. Some of the wealthiest nations in the world, they're taking steps to offset this.
Let's listen.
What's the plan to get to
Well, look, I mean, this is one of the things, for me, one of the main subjects of negotiation is that we want Iran to not be able to make a nuclear weapon. We want the nuclear fuel, which is something the president has made very clear. And there, again, the way to think about this is the United States has certain demands and certain things that we want. The Iranians have things they can get out of the negotiation. The more that they're willing to give us, I think the more they're going to get things out of this negotiation. The president's talked about sanctions. The president's talked about the people of Iran to suffer, but we have a lot of leverage the President of the United States can use, and that's why I think it's so important for the Iranians to be negotiators in good faith.
Okay,
Hi, Vice President J.D. Vance speaking on the tarmac in Europe. He was just in Hungary helping campaign for Viktor Orban, the leader of that country who's running for re-election. The president did mention whether...
Go back and get to that live press conference we were showing you earlier today, the White House giving an update on Operation Epic Fury. Let's go ahead and bring that live. I know that Pete Hegseth is speaking right now, so let's go ahead and listen.
Fight with honor, and under President Trump's leadership, we win. So God bless our troops, God bless President Trump, and God bless the United States of America. Thank you.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, Mr. Secretary. I know before I start, but I will retain what I must in the event that we have to go do this again sometime. And I cannot stress the importance, as the President said, around operational security.
In a tragic incident of gun violence, 15-year-old Italia Wilson was also shot in the shoulder. But thankfully, after being treated at Grady, she's already at home healing. I spoke to both sets of parents the very next morning, and I was able to talk to and console the parents of Tiana Robinson, as well as the parents of Italia Wilson. We're grieving right now with the family of Tiana Robinson. I was able to talk to them. They live in Riverdale. Tiana attended North Clayton High School, and they came to Piedmont Park just to have fun for the weekend. I spoke to Italia Wilson's mother, and they live in Norcross and Peachtree Corners, north of the city. And she and her sister came to Piedmont to just enjoy a day at the park. This shooting occurred at Piedmont Park